go toe-to-toe with the Ming. Lana is going to conquer Sukhothai. Wait, tell me more. You are gunning this down off of Ayutthaya, and Ming defended Ayutthaya, which means you're going to go there. Alright, well, I mean, Ming is just a big punching bag full of money, so I don't blame you there. Let's bring these armies together. How about you? No, you know what you're doing. Then I can kick Ayutthaya in the teeth. Oh my. Why did Ming deny Bengal? What was Ming to Bengal? Point is, they're now at war with Bahmanes and the coalition. It could be the great dismantling of Bengal. And it's a good opportunity for me to take my stake in that, because Malwa is no longer allied to them. Then again, I'm in truly one direction here, and I'm kind of tied up with my good friend Ayutthaya here as well. Difficult, but we'll do what we got to do. Did he lose? No, God no, I don't lose. Just ignore the losses. I don't lose. Let's make sure this siege is actually going somewhere as well. Oh God, Dai Viet's beaten me to every punch there is. That five maneuver general is not to be underestimated. Alright, we've made some good headway here, but unless I have a fort, I can't really demand stuff off of him. But I certainly want all this going back to Langshan. The trouble is, that's only half. It's only 4/7 of what I want demanded back. Dai Viet has done nasty things and taken this land that's rightfully mine. Ayutthaya is also getting blasted by the Dai Vietnamese army. Sounds pretty good. You know what else is pretty good? Getting 5 legitimacy. Ayutthaya is bankrupt once again. They just hate money. Speaking of hating money, I think I'll take all their money when I do this peace deal. Invest it in ourselves. I know it gives me plenty of inflation, but we'll just work our way down with that. My admin is not heavily needed anymore now that we managed to get our diplomatic ideas. Exploration ideas. Imagine taking diplomatic here. Let's see, a coalition may form. I highly doubt it. But Dai Viet are really getting on my nerves with this. I guess it's not the end of the world that Dai Viet takes this. Like I said, if the land goes to my strong allies, that's all fine and dandy as well. What I might do is get a bit more aggressive with what happens to Ayutthaya and give a lot more land to Langshan. Because I think I can keep Langshan under lock and key, and if I'm not mistaken, their ideas help with... Okay, I have no idea what their ideas help with. Aren't Langshan ideas pretty awful? Well, if nothing else, Langshan can enjoy these forts that'll repel enemies, if we have any around here, for me. So I might give him Sukhothai and Ayutthaya and just essentially clip my allies off from this. It's an idea. I don't need to care about areas so much. That said, it's a pretty aggressive thing to do. Just make sure Langshan pays. Because I'll tell you who doesn't play. Me. No, I think it's still better to take for yourself and then give it to to your subjects. That's a pretty cruel thing to do right there. That is even crueler. Ah, forget coalition. Coalition, schmoalition. Let's just keep the Ming sweet. I don't have anything to claim on him, so there's no point in further aggravating him. I've also got Khmer where I want them diplomatically. It's going to be hard to get the war score to do what I'm trying to do here, though. I mean, this is a full shebang almost. But I will have all of the forts in my name, including his capital fort, so it may just go fine. I thought Jake isn't going to expand more in Asia. Who said this is for my expansion? This is for my subject. Just trying to keep myself tight so it's easier to convert both capital and religion. Convert capital, that's one way of putting it. Come on, you iron rats. You can blockade only 11 development. God. I've forgotten what it's like to not have an amazing navy. Jake has 700 plus viewers, going big time. As long as things keep nice and calm in the chat, then we won't have to engage in viewer reduction strats. But the moment that things get out of hand, oh man, the Draken. I mean, it feels weird, but I'm kind of itching to play through Draken again. It's too good a game. Maybe continue the run of Draken 2. But maybe not, because that game sucks. Time to explore. I need 3 barks for that, and they're on their way. July this year should mark that. I want to keep my subjects a bit sweeter. Oh, jings. What happened to all my tributary subjects? They kind of vanished. Now I only have Mong Nai and Mong Huang, the one I said I'd get rid of. That's troublesome, because Mong Huang and Mong Nai are the 2 that hated me the most. But I can get sweeter with Mong Huang now, and maybe Manipur would like to be my tributary when I'm not at war. I mean, I would quite like their manpower and potentially money, and oh god, gotta jump Bengal. I need to grab this capital though, and for that I'll probably need to blockade with my barks. I think I managed to defeat the urges to play Payday. Hard to be sure, but I think I did. Let's not pay for those forts, I don't want to. In fact, let's take this back off of my subject and not pay the fort, rather than make my subject bankrupt. He probably wouldn't like that very much. Lana and Viet. Lana's not so happy with me, even though we've had a great relationship. They were not blind to my aggressive expansion ways. Will he conquer the Spice Island stuff and then may roam? Asks Gatling Goon. The plan is not to take much more in Southeast Asia until we settle in Europe. Some things will have to be taken though, such as... Let's get all these over here for the blockade. Such as these islands. I need to island hop to make my way to Europe. Crumbs, I want to explore, but I also need to get this war done soon. Both are good ideas, but... No, I'm overcome with the greed for exploring. Where's my other boat? Ah, there it is. Alright, you guys, get together here, and we need ourselves an admiral. It's also a good opportunity to go and smash down on... oh, look at that! AI cheats. They can go back to port if it's occupied, which they certainly shouldn't be able to. Right, much as we like Tabin Shwatithan Thai, it's time to get ourselves a new explorer, and that explorer is going to be the screenshot button, evidently. No, it's a return of Adam Whitelaw. Go explore all you can for us, which is not a whole lot. It's also taking us above our limit, so goodbye Tabin Shwa. You were nice to have, but not nice enough. Tell me about the Eastern Indian Ocean Islands. Oh, well, that is just sweet. We grabbed that. Time for a smash and grab on Ayutthaya. Question, though, is 50 ducats worth war reparations? I don't know how much of Ayutthaya is going to be left of all of this, but I think I'll take the war reparations because it'll keep them significantly weakened as well. Is that all going to me? It should do. So there we go. Lovely. And all of this was correctly cored for you. So that's jungles, that is farmlands. I'll probably get rid of this fort so you don't have to pay for it. Because it's a bit of an irritating fort to have. It's not very good for defense. So let's smash that. And then I'm going to say, Langshang, it is time for me to... Ah, you don't have much of a debt, but I could pay it off. I could also not, though. Well done, you get Ayutthaya. Even though it's a great province for me to have, farewell. And let's also grant you Fleur and Sukhothai. I would appreciate if DDR Jake took whatever state controls the Rubicon and then marches on Roma from there. I'm sure I understood some of that. The Rubicon. I mean, much as I enjoy Roman themes, and certainly Caesar 3, I wouldn't say I'm particularly knowledgeable about the vast history of Rome, to my eternal shame. Okay, the question is, do I even have to do Andamans? Could I not go a bit further? Could I not go even beyond? The answer is not really. Coast of Maldives is 209 away. What's my range even? Until I get... well, it's 160 actually, but 160 plus 50%. So I might be able to actually do Maldives. Interesting. But I need to explore them to be sure about that. Hopefully the Maldives are not related to anybody like Vijayanagar, because I would happily best CB the Maldives. Alright, get exploring for me, please. I don't know what kind of naval prowess the Bengalese have to their name, but now I do. They got some heavies. I don't want to risk my heavies, and there'll be plenty of time for you to get ravaged there. Let's get ourselves a tributary state through Manipur, and see if anybody else is wanting to bend the knee. Establish tributary. No! Kashar and Ligor would, if they were my neighbours. Alright, these guys are doing pretty good. Do I want anything more than their manpower, though? My thought is, no, I really like manpower. Alright, Langshan looks awesome right now. They're immediately coring up all their land. It's very tempting to put them onto scutage now so they don't cause further threats and wars, but I'll keep them around because those wars will... Dai Viet went bankrupt taking that? How'd they manage? What a disgrace. Okay, I need to know about the Western Indian Ocean landmass ASAP so that I could consider doing my best CB over there. We'll also get our units back to Peg Lagoo and not pay them because they don't deserve being paid for a while. Ah, man, I actually hope Ming stays together but continues to be crippled. Ayutthaya is not any good anymore. Paper is produced in Mamluks, although I thought they already started with that. Ayutthaya cannot be embargoed anymore, and I should look for new rivals. Since Vijayanagar told me they hate me, I should say the feeling is mutual, but that's going to make it risky when taking the Maldives. A new tributary popped. Hey, Sukhothai is back! Sukhothai, how would you like to be my tributary? Honestly, it would be nice to have you as a vassal, but since Liaoshan is already this fairly big culture group, I could give as much of this to Langshan as I want and keep him fairly happy and stable. Sure, not so sure. Ayutthaya is reduced to this. As I said, this land is still tempting to me because it seals off Southeast Asia for myself. Then again, I've kind of already done that. Sukhothai, I think you should just give me everything you've got, frankly. Demand additional tribute, don't tempt me. I mean, they like me already, and my prestige is hurting. So maybe I should just demand that off of them, whilst also demanding their ducats. I do like demanding ducats. Of course, they're not so happy with me about all of that. Oh god, the aggressive expansion is fairly killer, but that's okay. Hey, it's Manipur. Gonna keep him around as a pet? I hope he survives. The tributary does not ensure that they stay alive that well, but it's the best I can offer at this moment. I got 9 years to stake my claim on Chittagong. I doubt that Yumla is going to take it, but they might spit out Arakan. It's not impossible. It's fairly impossible then. It's the wrong culture. I forget if that's actually something that stops it. But this is the ultimate moment for me to smash Bengal. It's just a shame that this is under control of the wrong person. Good government policies, well, I'll be damned, Elkhorn. You've even managed to get your legitimacy back on track, one way or another. But how can I say no to some free stability? Government progress is pretty nice, but stability. Bit rusty on EU4, Jake, says Holden McGroin. What tech is it that cannons become worth it in your army composition? Tech 13. That's when fire gains a massive bonus in battle. And from Tech 13 on, if you can afford it, have combat width of cannons. I don't think it's worthwhile before that. Oof, allied with Pasai. Why? Dang, I need to get my way over here, and Maldives is a really, really good place to land to. I doubt I have the range on Diego Garcia, but I should check if I can. If not, I'll have to figure out how to wangle a war with Pasai and their good friends Maldives. If Khmer were not in debt, they would be down for a war with Pasai. But Pasai are pretty powerful in the region. Jake, you're just a little bit away from your power projection. That is true, so we should tell Vijayanagar what we think about them. We'll give them a nice little insult. Should we make it a scornful one? I've heard you enjoy hunting. Do be careful, it'd just be such a shame. It'll also make their enemies like me a bit more, but who's my other rival again? Bengal. And I'd rather Bengal's rivals liked me. Like me? Okay, no, Vijayanagar. Well, no, Bengal's the one I want to gun down. Your entire line suffers from delusions of adequacy. Give me that power projection. They've somehow interpreted this as an insult. We should back it up with war since he's so busy. I really do want to. I don't want to lose my fleet, but... Jake, don't forget those embargoes. Didn't I already embargo these guys? Of course I did. Alright, good job on that. Now tell me about Diego Garcia. There is also the option of going down here. I want less development, not more of it. There's also the possibility that Pasai could get real busy at some point. How do you have so many ducats? I trashed Ming, but otherwise I run a pretty tight ship. Oh god. I put out interest-free loans to Ayutthaya. That's another core of my subjects that's going to the wrong people. Remind me, how are the trade goods around here? Pretty bleh. No gold, no coal. It's pretty grim being in Southeast Asia like that. Hello, Diego Garcia. Tell me about range. Oh, it's just a bit away. However, what if I had a guy? What if I knew a guy who could give me that extra bit of range? I should check the... Ooh, what do we have here? Production efficiency guy on the cheap. That's really nice, but so it's 50 admin power. Ugh, tariffs guy. I don't want to keep firing these people in the hopes for something better. Jake, is it time for a military advisor? It is certainly time for a military advisor. I'll just take the cheap guy because I'm cheap. Heavens knows I don't have the money here. We already did temples, quite a few of them. I think I'll shove one over in Prostia as well. I don't want to get barracks. I'm not sure I care enough about marketplaces either. I certainly would like to get workshops going, but they require the next admin tech, and that could be a ways away. Still want Chittagong. Although he's getting trashed, I don't see Bengal losing a lot of land around here, do you? Mal was getting bodied as well. A sigh. Jumla. Can't believe it's Jumla. Best CB on Ceylon in order to get closer. Well, I think that's pretty heavily inside the Vijayanagara sphere, and Kandy is landlocked, making that a bit pointless. Jinx that rare successful Malwa, now we get boring Bahmani blob like every other game, says the Black Weeb. Well, don't say they're down and out just yet. Or are you the kind of person who'll rage quit after one lost war? Oh, this TBW we're talking about here. Hope I'm not going to regret not colonizing Andamans, but I think I could make it a bit further. If you have buckets of ducats, having a full bag for combat is good, but very expensive. I mean, I would just say it's better to have pretty much anything else. Sure, you'll punch a bit harder in the fights, but back row cannons before Tech 13 is just nasty, man. Okay, if I had a slight extension on range, I could get there, and that is kind of worth killing advisors over. I think they're eligible as long as you have a colonist. This could get expensive. You know, I said the Payday 2 itch is gone, but as soon as I said expensive, I thought about shooting civilians, and then I kind of wanted to play Payday 2 again. Finally unlocked being able to do missions on death sentence. Was that the hardest one? So I cleared a couple of those and felt like an absolute badass. Would it be worthwhile to try and spawn colonialism to lower your tech costs? No, because that would boost my development here, making me have to take a lot more development in Europe in order to move my capital. Yeah, I can't believe those people that say no, don't kill the civilians. It's what they're there to be. They're there to be killed. In a way, the separatists that Ming spawns are kind of saving them from these incursions. It stops any enemy attack getting too deep. Wu and Shun have now broken free from them. Ten Mong Nai have gone deep. They're going for Bengal. They got more balls than I do. Yeah, there we go. Colonial Range Guy. Thank you, thank you. Thanks to the powers of Colonial Range Guy. You guys like me enough. I can reach Diego Garcia. I really hope that's Diego Garcia and I'm not getting my names horrifically mixed up. But it's the longest I can get, and then I should be able to swing to one of these islands and then to the Cape. It's only 1482, so I sincerely doubt the Iberians have made it that far, and since there's nobody here, I don't run risks of native uprisings despite my aggressive policies on them all. Now, question is, what else deserves to be explored? Let's go exploring, Hobbs. The PRoman Empire would be cooler, in my opinion. For what? Well, see, there we go. Malwa has sacked, not their capital, but they managed to get a southern fort. They're not going for Badar. But Mandu is under threat. Oh, Mandu is under big threat. You can do it, Malwa. Don't burn just because of bloody Bengal. I should really stick the knife into Bengal. Would any of my so-called friends help me? Of course they wouldn't. For some reason they like Bengal. Maybe I'm putting too high a value on Chittagong. It's not that great. But part of me just kind of wants it. And I want to dismantle this threat I have to my west. Looks like he's being dismantled, sure, but I want to stick the knife in. He still has quite an army, 30,000, but he's not up to scratch in tech. Tell you what though, let's build a spy network on him. That'll show him who's boss. Let's keep Manipur sweet as well, so I can keep punching things out of them. I should know where Flores is. Now I do. There we go. A real shame. I don't really intend on colonizing this. We already had a campaign down there. I know Spice Islands equals loads of money united, but I think I'll still pass. Man, feels good having manpower. Feels real good. Also feels good knowing that Ming would defend Ayutthaya. I could go back and punch Ming for more ducats. But I have a truce with Ayutthaya. I could punch another Ming tributary, but I won't. Good job. Also very good that you take shelter in my subject's coast. What else is there to even do? The coastline of the Arabians? Yeah, I don't see that being particularly useful. Get me those seas, please. There we go. Not a whole lot that we have to stress about for now. The fact that my wonderful allies took that land that rightfully belongs to my subject is a bit bothersome. But I'd rather keep Khmer and Daiviet sweet, because together we have this place in lockdown, right? Nobody blinks without us knowing. I should probably also get some claims on Ayutthaya and give this land to Langshan, because Langshan are proving quite easy to keep pacified. They have good opinion, good trust, we have hard times. What I can do is say that this land obviously belongs to me. Better that I have it than the growing power of Patani takes it, because Patani is allied with Pasai, and together those paisanos are keeping Southeast Asia, or Southeast Asia, under lock and key. So I'd rather tie my horse to their fence than the other way around. Okay, so as much as I'd like Manipur to like me, I would rather have claims on this Ayutthayan land. Jake, what's the plan for this playthrough? We're going to form Roman Empire as PRoman. I'm also going to take that 10 prestige, because prestige is harder to buy off of Ming. Does it not say that in the title? Well, it says PRoman Empire. Forming Rome as PRoman. You'd think that would spell it out, but I spell out lots of things and people still ask me frequently. That's fine though. A key bit of patience is knowing that whilst it might be the 100th time you're asked a question, to the person asking you, it's only the first time that they have asked. Also, that looks like an opportunity to threaten war on Bengal. What will he make of it though? Yeah. He thinks he can keep it. He thinks he's people. I'd love to go and boost that guy, but 30,000 troops is a bit of a handful for one province. I'd be better off investing in myself. Said I boosted my provinces with temples already, which has been pretty great for that tax income. 6.8 is fairly lucrative for a me campaign so far. So why is Ayutthaya still at war? You're defending against Lang... Oh man, what? Of Sukhothai? I didn't read that right, did I? Oh, Lana wanted Sukhothai, but I already took it, so Lana's just fighting them for the hell of it. How cute. 30,000, but so little manpower. It'll be fine. I don't disagree that it would be fine, I'm just trying to think if it would be worth it. For one province, that yes, the world port is nice, but it gets downgraded to level 2, which is still nice. Allied Jaunpur. Pincer move on Bengal. I don't know. I would beat Bengal, that's the long and short of it. I'm just wondering if it's worth having the war with him. And I'm struggling to see the value in it. We've got a pretty cozy neck of the woods going on here. I actually keep Lana as a forced friend in a way. He's pinned down there, there's not a whole lot he can do. Sucks to be you. Oh right, Chittagong is the only thing I can claim. Why even build a spy network on you? I thought we shared sea access to the Ganges Delta, but we do not. Alright, let's make sure that our forced friend actually feels good about the experience. Otherwise... Man, it's hard to keep things cool with Daiviet and such. Allied to rival, because I'm allied to Lana. I don't want to drop Lana, they're pretty hunky-dory. Then again, I could give that land to Langshan. And they're friends with people I don't particularly care about that much. Actually, that's my two fairly strong tributaries. But no, Lana is not doing anyone any harm. We'll just leave them be.